Hello everybody, happy Free Air Friday. It is Breathe with Steve number 3. Air is free, so we want to use as much of it as we can, especially if you are a low brass player. Alright, now I've got a question for you brass players and wind players out there. Is your breath ever compromised because you're thinking about a difficult passage coming up, or are you a little bit nervous about the music that you're going to play? Today's breathing exercises will address breathing so your breathing will serve your music. If you don't take the best breath you can, you're not going to sound as good as you can, and it's not going to be as easy as it can be. So whether you're sight reading, playing something new or challenging, taking the best breath possible will make that come out the best. So what we want to do is we want the breath to serve the music. Even if you're sight reading, even if it's difficult, even if it's challenging, we want the breath to make it easier. So this little breathing session is going to help just this. Did you know that we are able to control the thought process of our mind, of what's going on, that internal dialogue in our brain? So why not change dialogue from, gee, this piece is really hard. Change it to, I'm going to focus on my breathing, because this will give me the confidence and the assuredness I need to do this the best I possibly can, whether you're sight reading, playing a new piece, or playing something that you're very familiar with. Why not always sound the best? So here's how the breathing process goes. We need to see it, we need to hear it, and we need to feel it. How do you see a sound? Let's start by this. What color do you want your sound to look like? Do you want it to be dark maroon, bright blue, gold, silver, a dark color, like maybe even black, shiny? It doesn't matter. And the color of your sound might change depending on the style of music you're playing or the emotion you want to invoke to your listener. So we're going to start by picturing a color. Alright? And I want you to close your eyes and I want you to see that color. And I want you to transfer that color to a sound. For example, a golden sound, a dark blue sound, a bright sound, whatever color you want, whatever color you choose. Once you have that color in your head, sit up tall. You're probably on a chair, which is fine. You can do this standing, you can do this on a chair, or on a pillow on the floor. It doesn't matter. Now this is what we're going to do. Put one hand on your tummy and one hand on your lower back. Now this will help you to feel the expansion of the deepest part of the bottom part of your lungs. Alright? Now what I want you to do, feeling this part of your body with your hands, I want you to close your eyes. I want you to visualize that color. I want you to open your mouth in a relaxed manner with a soft neck, soft throat, and take that breath. And we're going to breathe 3 or 4 times. Have you got that color? Now we're going to take this the next step. We've got the visual, we've got the audio, now we're going to have the kinesthetic. We're going to put it all together. I want you to visualize the color of the sound you're going to make, and you're going to hear that color with your breath, and we're going to connect that with how we feel. Alright? So hand on the back, hand on the tummy again. All 3 senses, visual, auditory, and kinesthetic. See, hear, feel. 4 to 5 deep breaths with all this going on. Here we go. Now, these weekly Breathe with Steve videos are only 5 to 6 minutes long each, but that doesn't mean that the exercise only goes for 5 to 6 minutes. This is just showing you how to do it. You can pause this as we're going along and do it a whole bunch of times yourself and then join with me. Or simply when the video is done, just sit down and do this for 10-20 minutes until you're comfortable with it. Now I want you to notice something. The sound of the air coming into your body will create the sound of the air going out of your body. Here's my example. Now you do that yourself 3, 4, 5 times. Listen to how the sound of the air coming in will create the sound of the air going out. This creates, for you brass players, the sound quality of your buzz, which creates your sound. Now, going back to that question at the beginning of this video, what are you thinking about when you take that first breath? Are you concerned about the music you're going to play, therefore inhibiting or diminishing the quality of the breath that you're taking in? If so, you need to change the way you're thinking. Focus on creating that amazing breath with a feeling that goes with it and the mindset and the visualization of that color that you're going to make. And that will give you confidence, it will give you assuredness, and it will give you the confidence needed to play your best, whether it be for your teacher or in a practice session. So, the next time you're sight reading a piece of music or playing something that you're slightly uncomfortable with, do this exercise and think about the breath. Focus on the breath. Focus on the breath. Let the breath serve the music. Don't let the concerns of the music inhibit your breath, because an inhibited breath will inhibit your music. Some pieces remain challenging for our whole lives. Some become easier. So it doesn't matter whether you're sight reading, playing something familiar, unfamiliar, challenging, or it's easy for you. Always focus on that breath. Then you will play as the best version of yourself with as much confidence as you can have. All right? Thank you for joining this third edition of Free Air Friday Breathe with Steve. If you are enjoying these Free Air Friday Breathe with Steve videos and would like to conveniently just receive them in your email inbox once a week or as I make them, then go ahead and contact me on Facebook Messenger, Instagram messaging, or email steve@tubamania so you don't have to look for them or wait for them on YouTube or social media. All right? Thank you for joining, and we'll see you next time. Happy Free Air Friday.